Welcome back. In the last video, we talked about how the different organizational systems work together. Now I want to do the same thing, but dive in deeper on the people side with what I'm calling the value chain. In the value chain, it basically works like this. The company's business results actually begin with excellent leaders. Excellent leaders create the conditions for employees to excel at their roles. And then employees deliver the company's products and services to customers using efficient processes. This leads to customer satisfaction, retention, and loyalty, which then translates to business results. So this sounds simple and obvious, right? Well, yes and no. Yes, because it makes an intuitive sense. But no, because how often do you think when a company is struggling with issues such as customer acquisition, they jump into focusing on new marketing approaches or sales tools versus considering the potential breakdown of the entire value chain? So if the organizational systems model is about applying the universal law of systems thinking to consulting, then the value chain is a framework for applying the universal law of cause and effect. So notice the cartoon on the screen. Anything that happens has two parts, the cause and the effect. The cause is why it happens. The effect is what happens as a result. So in other words, if you have good results, something caused it. And if you don't have good results, something is getting in the way. So in organizational consulting, the effect is the visible performance problem or the symptom. But the cause is the invisible origin of the performance problem, or in other words, the root. The thing is that normally the symptom is what you see and what your client sees, and that's what they want to create action around. And this rarely solves the challenge because that is the effect of the performance problem or symptom. But therefore, if you're armed with the value chain, you have a powerful mental framework to immediately and dramatically enhance your consulting. First, the value chain helps you know where to probe when a client expresses a challenge. For example, if a client requests you to deliver that conflict resolution training for frontline employees, you know that you are more than likely dealing with the effect of the problem, not the cause. So let me share with you 3 ways to apply the value chain to improve your consulting. First, the value chain helps you know where to probe when a client expresses a challenge. For example, if a client requests you, hey, I want you to deliver a conflict resolution training for the frontline employees, you know that you are more than likely dealing with the effect of the problem and not the cause. So now you have the value chain. You know, you go left to probe more about the potential cause related to leadership effectiveness, and then you probe right to better understand the effect of the performance challenge on process efficiency or customer satisfaction. Second, the value chain makes it easier for you to help a client establish value for every project. Every organizational improvement project has a business case, even if it relates to leadership effectiveness. The problem is that it's hard to quantify those types of projects due to the distance between leadership effectiveness and business results. But in reality, there is a direct link. By knowing how to connect the dots between your proposed work and cost avoidance, asset maximization, and/or revenue creation allows you to demonstrate the ROI for literally any consulting project. Third, the value chain allows you to know exactly how you might expand your options that you offer your clients, which enables you to offer additional client value. So let's say, for example, you're a marketing consultant. Why stop only at offering solutions related to enhancing brand positioning? What about projects helping the company remove barriers to brand fulfillment? If you're an IT consultant that implements, let's say, a software that enhances process efficiency, what about offering projects that enhance employee performance on the whole? If you do time management, what about process initiatives that can help expand the entire effectiveness of the entire organization? So by now you have 2 new ways to understand how an organization functions and how you can apply that information to enhance your effectiveness. To apply the value chain and cause-effect thinking to your work, I'd recommend several things. First, continue spending more time asking questions than answering them. There's this great Chinese proverb that says, he who asks is a fool for 5 minutes, but he who does not remains a fool forever. So if your new sod starts to die, don't just call the green service, probe to understand why. It may be the sprinklers that aren't working right, or maybe there's a lack of light, or maybe it's the fact that it rained for several extra days and the water's trapped. Who knows? So along with this video is a self-assessment. This self-assessment will help you think through how you handle cause and effect thinking. It will help you identify the barriers you might have to probing your clients to uncover the causes versus merely providing solutions to the effect. The truth is, probing in this way will make your clients uncomfortable, but it is absolutely in their best interest. Think about it. If you might misdiagnose the problem, you'll prescribe the wrong solutions. And aren't you happy that your doctor just doesn't give out antibiotics for anything, but only for the things that will help? Your client will be happier and better off in the long run. And then also determine if you are solution neutral or if you are over-relying on familiar and favorite solutions. So you don't want to be that hammer always looking for the nail, and this will help you in that. And then think through different ways that you can apply this value chain at all aspects of your consulting engagement, from partnership setup to the assessment part. So thanks for hanging in with me. And next we're going to turn our attention towards the roles and relationships and personalities and politics in organizations, and why politics does not always have to be a bad thing.